I am delighted to be joined by another one of our special guests today, Dhalia El-Ghazar. Hello, Dhalia. How are you?
Good to see you.
Oh, it's fantastic to have you here.
Real life, too.
I know, real life.
I know.
We've seen some of your presentations already online, but I know you're actually doing a lot in the show. We will come on to that in a little bit, but you are part of something that's, to many of our guests at home, and maybe even in person, we might not have heard of before. You're going to be part of the Tech Therapy Lounge.
Yes.
Talk us through what a Tech Therapy Lounge involves and what it means for our delegates.
So listen, all our loved ones within this wonderful industry that we're in have been through a lot in the last 2 years plus. So we decided that we were going to create a safe zone, a therapy lounge where they can come and vent uncensored. They can drop the F-bombs. We have paper bags where people have been screaming like the screaming goat on YouTube just to get all their frustrations out and to get them ready for 2022 so they can have a more relaxed, kick-ass year, if you will. So that's what the Therapy Lounge is all about.
Wow, I'll be honest, I did not see that coming. That's quite possibly the best thing I have ever heard at an event. If you were on the fence about coming joining us live in person, that is what you're missing out on, my friends. Yep. Don't be screaming at your partner at home. Come on down. Exactly. Get all of those frustrations out. That is absolutely fantastic. Now, just from a tech background, just in case anybody hasn't heard of you, which I know is a rare occurrence at these kind of events, but just tell the audience a little bit at home, a little bit about yourself, your background, and why you're joining us today.
Thank you. So Dhalia Plus Agency was created because we wanted to help buyers as well as suppliers have an easier and better conversation with each other. So we are an agency of misfits that know technology, know digital marketing, are not afraid of taking risks, and we know tech really, really well. That's why we're here with Adam and the team. But more so than anything, I think that organizers and even, service providers, they need help telling a better story and being a little bit more unique so that they're not in the same pond with others, if you will. So this is what Dhalia Plus is all about. And we are really good listeners. We're a lot of fun to hang out with. And yeah.
I believe that. I'm getting that vibe. I'm not going to lie. There's definitely that fun element residing from you. It's bursting out of you. So absolutely fantastic. And thank you so much for joining us, because you've actually flown in for this. Where have you actually flown in from?
So I brought in a couple of our team members so we can represent North America. And so we have Mahogany came in from Toronto, Canada, Michelle from Salt Lake City, and I am from Boston, Mass.
Fantastic. Well, I'll say it's really appreciated that you actually come over and joined us live.
Of course.
Why did you think it was so important to be here, part of the live show?
Well, first and foremost, I think Adam Perry and Kizzy and Paul are doing something truly, truly amazing. So it's not only about the showcase of the technology. I think this is the launch pad for really great conversations. And so other than me supporting anything that Adam Perry does, it's really something that's needed from all different aspects of the industry itself, especially now. And I think that we need to take a global pause, even though we've been forced into one, to evaluate how we're doing things. Not only the solutions, but who we want to partner with, what the strategy is going to be like, and what better way to do it than live. Not saying anything about the virtual. The virtual conversations are essential, but it's also great to just, the hugs and kisses, I miss that the most too. So I'm back.
Excellent. Oh, there you go. Another big fan of Adam Perry there. I know there was a lot of love for Adam in the chat, but he's got another little plug in there. I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear that, so thank you very much for that. Other things you are doing, I know we touched on the Tech Therapy Lounge. We've also got the Tech Pavilion here today. Tell us more about what that involves.
So it's a concept that we've been playing around with, where we were thinking, so there's amazing technology companies that are based in North America, not able to travel. So why not teleport them and create truly a hybrid experience for them. So we have 8 partners within the Tech Pavilion where we are representing them, and we are vetting out, like, who their potential partners can be. Also, buyers and organizers have been coming by and, telling us in the lounge area what their challenges are, and we're able to guide them on the solutions that will help them with that. So the roster is great because it's all about being forward thinking, right? So we're not really past, but we're almost past the point of people are kind of experts on virtual and hybrid platforms. Yeah. So, but they want something beyond that. What are the add-ons that will help them monetize, new revenue opportunities, or the content marketing, or the breaking down the borders of languages, etc. So, just to give you a quick, brief overview of who's on board, we have Juno, which is all about community and conversations and content. And so this is an amazing interactive platform that people can look at beyond the virtual events, what I can do on the virtual event side. Then you have Clipper, which is a content analysis platform, and it gives you more shelf life to your content beyond the end date of an event. Then you have Wordly, which translates everything real time in 19 different languages. So imagine if you are able to gain that international audience and give them the ability to have an experience in their own language, but it's also about accessibility. So you're dealing with people right now that have, challenges, whether it's audio, whether it's visuals. So this is something to take a look at as well.
Absolutely, because I think we covered a lot of accessibility earlier in the week. And
Yeah.
These are the systems and the solutions out there, so it's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
And then Snowball is about peer-to-peer marketing. It's about amplifying, your content, your speakers, how they can become part of your marketing, strategy and plan. Hubilo is a great virtual hybrid platform that is immersive, so that's fantastic. Event specialists, so we talk about the platforms, but you also need the production part. So event specialists are strategy driven. They're also about creating new ideas for experiences. Zenus is about behavioral analytics. So it's all about how do you read people that are consuming the content so that you can give them more of the same content that they want. And everybody's about data analytics, as you know.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
then Cubify is about taking content, whether it's e-posters for a medical healthcare show, or whether it's content within sessions, and how do you create that interactive, or with the author or the speaker, that engagement aspect of it. And then Dhalia Plus, we're here as ruckus makers, and we feel the conversations. That's what we're here for, mostly, and to be with you.
Wow. What a treat. What a treat, they might say. So as I say, I've actually seen the Tech Pavilion earlier on. It looks amazing. If you are joining us in person, it is definitely something to head over to. And say it's unfortunate that our virtual delegates can't be there, but how have delegates sort of responded to it? It's something I've never seen before personally, that interactive element. How the sort of delegates responded to it this morning?
So it's great because, they walk the show floor, and they're able to sort of navigate what solutions that they want. When they come to the pavilion, it really is, I am looking for. And this is where it's almost, we're the gateway, where we're okay, and if we don't have the solutions represented within the pavilion, then we're able to guide them somewhere else on the show floor and say, don't forget to go to this stand, and that stand. So I think people need that guidance. It's almost like going to a therapist, if you know what I mean, or a doctor. And so we're doctors today.
Fantastic. Well, there we go. If you do need a bit of therapy, if you need to go and see some technical doctors.
Or scream.
Or scream. That's
bag.
it. Just get it out. We've got the therapy lounge. We've got the Tech Pavilion. It is all going on. Definitely very worthwhile visiting both of those, and obviously catching up with Dhalia as well. In terms of the show, as I say, I know you did the presentation yesterday. People can come and visit you on the stand. Are you going to be partaking in any other elements, over the next sort of 24 hours that you want to tell the audience about?
Yeah. So tomorrow we have 2 sessions. They're called What's in It for Me sessions. And basically, what we want to stay away from is just pure demos of the tech that we're representing at the pavilion, and we want to come at it from a solution perspective. So we're just doing almost like highlight conversations and chats with the 8 companies that we have in what's in it for an organizer, as well as just because right now it's strategy phase for many, so we want them to be able to think ahead, not only in what they're stuck in at the moment.
And that's it, it's getting the most out of these solutions, like you say, actually pointing out what they're going to get out of it, how it's going to affect their lives, how it's going to improve the services they offer to their clients, the end delegates. Is, as like you say, I feel like that little bit of guidance will go a long way at this show, so I think that's fantastic service you're offering. Just, I know you've been milling around at these stands as well, you've been obviously catching up with a lot of people. How does it feel from your perspective just to be actually back live today, actually with our colleagues, with our peers, and back in person in London?
Loving every second of it. So soaking it all in. Jet lag aside, everything aside, it is so worth it. And it's nice to see that, people are here for a huge mission. So they're like back and they're vested, which is a great feeling.
Has anything surprised you about the show today? Anything you didn't expect? Anything better, worse, just completely different, or any sort of surprises that have?
Not really a surprise, but something that I'm like ecstatic about is there's a lot of conversations about co-opetition and partnerships.
Yes.
And so I think we've been saying this for like a long time, but I'm seeing it more so now at this show than before, which I love.
I think you're right. Moving forward, we sort of say, how do we get out of the situation that the country, the world has gone into? It's collaboration, it's working together, it's how we can help each other out as an industry. That's what we're trying to bounce back, isn't it? As an industry, help our clients out, help those people who still want to put events on. Like you say, nobody can do it alone. Everyone's got great solutions for certain elements, but like you say, that collaboration element is, I definitely think, of where the future events is going to, we're going to bounce back as we move forward. So in terms of, things you have seen today, is there anything you're really excited about moving forward? Like big moves or projects you're working on personally?
There's so many, I don't know.
I imagine there would be. Let's pick a favourite, because I'm sure you've got so much going on. But any big changes for yourself? Any
big changes? Honestly, I'm just excited that a lot of the partners that we're working with, as well as clients, they're at a stage where they're ready to play with more. So they're not scared as they used to, or hesitant.
Yes.
And I think that is something that there's others that need to give themselves permission to do that, as well as try to convince their C-suite that they want to, create more of new experiences. And the other thing is, I think the realization of we're not going back. So when people are thinking, I need to go back to how things were, or the show that I had.
Yes.
That is being, demolished, and we need more of that. So we've always wanted more creativity. This is why we come to Event Tech Live, so we get better ideas. And I wish there was more decision, C-suite people coming to the show, so that those directors that are trying to push these new ideas, they don't have to have so much convincing to do, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I could totally agree with you on that. As Dhalia said, get on down here. This is the place to be.
Exactly.
If somebody is sat at home, maybe they are local, maybe they could attend tomorrow or next year, potentially. We are here all day tomorrow again. What would you say to those people sat there 50-50?
Come on down. You got to come see us, talk to us. I'll
tell you what, I'm going in that therapy lounge later on. I will be there. I'm
going
to test it out to its limits, because I know there's a lot of people. There's been a lot to learn over the past few weeks, months, and getting into years now. I'm definitely going to go and see it. We won't be streaming it, ladies and gents. The language might be a bit blue down there.
I'll be streaming it.
Dhalia will be streaming it. And in terms of your stand, what can people expect other than obviously a great experience? Come and try out those things. If someone's going to come over to your stand, what can they expect from you and the team over there?
Anything that you want to have a conversation about, whether it's event experience design, whether it's technology, even if it's content design, etc., or even if you're recruiting because you don't have enough brain width within your team, we are more than happy to help you.
Fantastic, that's it. Just get over there and get those conversations started.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Dhalia, for joining me. As I say, it's an absolute pleasure to actually meet you in person. As I say, we saw you on the virtual stage earlier this week, but she's bringing a lot of energy to Event Tech Live. So thank you very much for joining us today.